In Vietnam, I was a student at Pedagogy School of Dalat. My class finished about June 75, but in March I had to leave my home in Dalat. Then I came here. My father wished I become a school teacher because the Vietnamese very much respect the teacher and the teacher have enough money. Now I still want to be a teacher, but I think very hard because I'm poor English. When my father tell me leave Dalat, I want it, but he tell me about his life in North Vietnam in 1954, and I agree go with him. When I stay in Campbellton, I meet my English teacher from high school, and she come to Pullman before us, and she finds sponsor for my family in Pullman. Now, I like people in Pullman and in the U.S., and my family feel better. We very hard to find a good job because we poor English. Now I cleaning table in the cup and make money for my family. In Vietnam, my family have a farmer, and my parents work on the farm every day, have people work with them, and my parents pay money to them. I and my brother and my sister only go to school because my father wanted. Now in U.S., my father and my brother Quinn work in Oriental restaurant. I work part-time and Dow, my sister, Till, my brother, they work part-time in school. Our life now is happy, although not too much money.
Suburb? I met Tiu and Dow in October 1975. I have seen many changes. Tiu could only speak a few words of English. He is now doing very well. His sister has been able to do many things in different classes. For example, she writes critical analysis of short stories and poems and this type of thing. They have been received well by other students attending Pullman High School. They help each other, and I think that the American students have learned to respect the Vietnamese culture and are quite interested in what this culture entails. They have been helping the Vietnamese students, and by the same token, the Vietnamese students seem equally anxious to learn about the United States customs. And it has been really a pleasure to see this type of dual sharing.
Tôi đem gia đình rời khỏi Việt Nam vì không muốn sống dưới chế độ cộng sản.
My
Tôi muốn
father
các con
say,
tôi được sống
I took my family away from Vietnam to escape communism, and I want my children to live in freedom. Now I work as dishwasher for little money. My family is big, so we had to rent a house. The upkeep of this house is expensive, about $300, and my family's income is very little, about $600. My father say, I hope some American will help my family find good job. If all my family can work, we will be independent. Most of all, I am concerned about my children's future, but their life here is better than it could be in Vietnam today. My father say, many times I worry about my relatives still living in Vietnam.
Sean, I need your help.
Hello, Paul. This is John. I need your help.
And to help the Vietnamese refugees get better jobs and adapt themselves to their new ways of life, we organized a special English class for them. They are of all ages and of different levels of English. And because of this situation, we have a teacher's aide to help out. The students are very eager to learn because they all realize the great need for English. But for some of them, especially those who do manual work, they are too tired to come to class regularly and get the most benefit. So to help them out, we give them books and cassettes to study at home. But it could be more helpful if they could receive some financial assistance to help support their family while studying. In that way, they could make faster progress and be on their own sooner, just like in California, where many Vietnamese get total financing while studying English.
Since you were home this afternoon, I thought I would come by and we could look your bills over. Thanks ever so much. The principal problem with the Vietnamese resettlement, as you may suspect, is an economic one. There has been no legislation introduced on their behalf, either at the federal or at the state level, because they have no political advocates. For a variety of reasons, mainly political, they have had no minority status, and as a result they have to compete directly with the Americans for jobs. With their language problem, they haven't fared too well, and as a result they've had to take the more menial jobs. These are the very kind of jobs in which there are no peripheral benefits, such as medical care, health insurance, or retirement benefits. This is truly unfortunate in our society. I think the U.S. government can be justifiably criticized for the lack of direct help and even peripheral help they've given these people since they arrived from Camp Pendleton. If it wasn't for individuals and the role of the churches, the Vietnamese people would have suffered very severe economic hardship.
My parents want my brother Quinn and I to continue in school, but if we work less hours, my family will not have enough money. My parents are old now. My father is about 60 years old. He can only do light work. My brother and sister are the children, but they have to work too. I think our problem is common among most Vietnamese refugees. We want to improve our English and improve our job, but we have little time.